Hi guys, it's Allie with Allie Answers. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're a regular watcher or a subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't yet, I hope that you will subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of our recent uploads. I recently had a conversation with someone regarding dementia. Their question was, whenever I take my mom to the doctor, she is like a performance artist. She looks great. She acts healthy and strong. She behaves well. She is able to answer questions well. She is clear as a bell. Somehow she knows the president, the month, the date, the season, all the things, which normally she has a hard time with all of those things. So what in the world is happening? It is much like taking your car to the dealership to have it looked at because it's making some weird noise and it will not make the noise while you're there. It is absolutely a phenomenon. It happens all the time. And I get this question and I hear this complaint quite a bit. Why is it that my mom can act completely normal in front of the doctor, but clearly she has dementia, but he doesn't even notice? He doesn't even know. We don't know why, but when people go see the doctor, they can straighten up. They can act completely normal. You dress them up, you take them to the doctor, and they act like they don't have dementia or memory loss or anything at all. It is very frustrating, especially if you are a family caregiver who sees the changes in your loved one, but the doctor doesn't see it at all. So what do? First of all, I recommend that you make a separate appointment with the physician, either where you talk on the phone with them or you go in and actually have an appointment time to meet about your loved one. The only way with most physicians to actually get that devoted time, that whole 10 or 15 minutes where you can really let them know what is going on with your loved one without your loved one present, the only way to really do that is to have a separate appointment by phone or in person, whichever works for you and for that doctor, because I don't advise that you say these things in front of your loved one. And if you leave them in the waiting room and you go in and talk to the doctor first, there's going to be that suspicion, that paranoia. There's going to be an issue between the two of you during that visit. And we don't need any more issues than we already have. Am I right? What I recommend is that you make that separate appointment and that you have documentation of what you are seeing. I am talking about the times that they forgot where they were, the times that they forgot where you were, examples of when they've recently gotten lost or when their friends have complained that they seemed confused, all of it, all that information written down. Then you also want to bring in with you to the actual appointment the entire list of medications that your loved one is on. Now, you would think it's all in the system. We go to the same doctors that are all in the same system. We don't really need to do that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because first of all, they may have in their system that the person is getting 100 milligrams of something once a day, and maybe they're getting it twice a day. So I always recommend that you make a list or bring the original bottles in to go over with the doctor. And any doctor worth their salt is going to go over those meds, either have their medical assistant go over them or they're going to go over them and make sure that they understand which medications your loved one is taking. Make sure that you include any vitamins or any other things that your loved one is taking, CBD oil, any kind of pain cream, anything even over the counter that they use all the time, you want to make sure that they know about. Now, why is this important? Well, for one thing, some medications can make your loved one's dementia worse. Did you know that? It's true. Benadryl or diphenhydramine, which is in Tylenol PM and Advil PM, and also like NyQuil and things like that often have it. That medication that helps people sleep actually makes dementia so much worse. That is why you want to make sure that you're going over all the medications, because there could be side effects to medication that you are not aware of. You're going to want to make sure that your loved one has signed a HIPAA release form. All the doctors are a little bit different. Some doctors have their own forms. There are general forms that you can pull off of the internet for free and print them out and get your loved one to sign it. If you are dealing with someone with any kind of memory loss, get them to sign the HIPAA release forms and then have many copies. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time having conversations about your loved one. Loving anyone through any kind of memory loss is hard, but especially when you're kind of in the beginning stages and the doctors don't really know what's happening and what you're dealing with on a regular basis, it's up to you to communicate all the things. No one knows how bad your loved one is or how bad their memory is unless you tell them. Because yes, people can fake it, especially for a 5 or 10 minute appointment. That's pretty easy peasy for a lot of people, especially that have early memory loss. If your loved one has mild cognitive impairment, dementia, Alzheimer's, or even is undiagnosed, but you know they are dealing with memory problems, make sure that you're prepared for those appointments. Taking care of someone that you love with memory problems of any kind is exhausting, but it always helps if the doctor is on your side and if they know what's really going on. So make sure that you do communicate that and know that you are not alone. There are a lot of people out there living with the same frustrations that you are. If you haven't done it yet, I do advise that you get involved in a support group, whether it's online or in person. Meanwhile, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'm here to answer your questions anytime. So feel free to send them to me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.